things happen unto us, right? We understand why we went through this as a whole people, you know? Because we went off. We didn't hold our end of the bargain. You know? We didn't obey the book. We didn't obey the word of the Lord. And we went a-whoring. You know? We went a-whoring after these other nations and their customs and traditions and their gods. So we lost that covering, man.
Yep.
You know? They know this. They know that if we depart from our power, we are their prey. They got us. Right? But the moment we return, it's trouble for them. That equals their end.
And it seems like they looking at all the Christian community to become the elect. You know, like they're looking for a huge following to just come to this thing.
They just over there.
Remnant, man. They don't know.
Yeah, they done over there.
All of Israel is not being carried away out of this Egypt.
No.
Oh, man.
Shit, we be here forever. It was the whole nation.
Waiting on the whole nation.
Yeah. Yep.
Some of us were vessels created for destruction.
Because they're not putting the fear of the Lord in you in these churches. You know? They're not telling you the truth. So, hey, you're not going to fear. You're not going to be afraid. You're not going to be watching. You're being put to sleep in these churches. You know? Mm-hmm. You're being put to sleep in these churches, man. Being led to a slaughter.
And that's why a lot of motherfuckers are leaving the church.
Yep, that's true. Christianity
shit is a joke now.
They paying and ain't getting no. Only thing they getting in there is their daughters and their wives slutted out.
They
paying to get their daughters. They paying to get their daughters and wives slutted out, and they missing the game.
Yeah.
You know that means something to you. I got all dressed up. Now I gotta go buy a big dinner and shit. We gotta go to fucking what's that spot? Golden Corral and shit. Now I don't get to see the game. Yeah, it's some bullshit. I end up paying more on this day. Fucking with all these lies. You know?
bug outs, man.
You should probably hit that verse. In that scripture.
Yeah, this is Psalms chapter 10 and 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thyself in thy times of trouble? The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous.
When we talking about that, just saying that this man just won't. He got the money and power to do the right thing, but he just won't. He's not in it. Yeah.
His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sights. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Talk shit.
That's part of our testimony. You know? We're over here, we're complaining. You know? The souls of the righteous. You know? Complain continually, man. Complaining to the Lord, to the Most High, you know, Yahweh, that we need, hey, you gotta end this dude. Baba Kasha, you know, end him. Please.
Yeah.
Beg you know? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Sorry.
it's like, as long as, like, at the rate that this devil is going, if he continues for a longer period of time, if, like, let's say if the Most High didn't create that boundary, that boundary line for him, he would sabotage everything in existence, man.
It would be over by now.
The Most High would just have to recreate the heavens and the earth.
Like you said, the Most High put a limit where this devil would have been testing nukes, like chemical nukes and all that shit by now.
This nigga probably drill a a hole in the earth before he drop nukes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he saw do.
Yeah. This nigga would probably put a pump in and try to suck the ocean dry.
Just think
You know,
about it.
anything.
Just think about it. If Sodom and Gomorrah, if all they was known for was the freakism and the gluttony that they was into, if that alone was enough to make the Most High angry enough to fucking wipe them cities out like that, like he did, what the hell you think the Most High is feeling about what this devil's doing on the planet? What you think the Lord got in stores for his ass, man? And then they constantly hear the cries and complaints of his saints. Sighing and crying, man. You gotta tell your child, hey, don't drink that tap water. It'll give you cancer. He thinking that it's water. Like, I can't drink no water. You gotta explain to him that your water is poisonous. Forever chemicals.
Yeah.
Plastic and everything.
Yeah.
Was it microscopic plastic?
Yeah.
Microplastic.
Just picture that, man.
They say what every week
Families.
you eating a credit card worth of plastic.
Gotta go. And if you're not complaining, man, you don't find nothing wrong with none of this, then you gotta go too.
Yeah, you're part of the problem.
You gotta go too, man. The Most High say he's angry with the wicked every day. You know?
I got it. This is Sirach chapter 12 and 22. It says, therefore, whereas thou hast chastened us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy. But the point is that these fucking devils, man, they're gonna get it 1,000 times more. You know?
And I always say, well, it ain't about the physical, ruling over with a rod of iron. We could do that. I won't say we could do that now, but we could jack him up if we wanted to. It's the mental. It's the mental strain, the anguish that Esau is not going to be able to deal with. Where now you do something to an Edomite, they can call the police. Esau can call his armies. He can call, Amalek can call the United States military to come over and save him. When you don't have that sword no more, we don't have that security, that sword to fall back on. When you naked, Esau's through. Esau's not going to know what to do in their mental. They're going to try to retreat back to that sword, but it ain't going to be there.
When you said that, it reminded me of what he told Hoyt. And he said, take that badge and gun off, put me in the front seat with him, I'll whoop his ass. He was in a wheelchair, confident that he can still whoop he ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how weak this man is. We got confidence. Even a nigga in a wheelchair got confidence to win against you. You know you weak. Without all them gadgets and fucking utility belt. Now I'm trying to make it about them, but that's how he made it about in the movie. He's just saying, like, this man lose all of his weaponry, and he's gonna be nothing. He's gonna be nothing. Okay, and that's the day that we wait upon, man.
He's gonna be made bare.
That's Isaiah 14.
Yeah. And not only is he gonna be stripped, but we're gonna be upgraded. You know?
The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. We're gonna go straight to the top.
Upgraded, man.
And Esau going straight to the bottom. The base man. He's a base man. Like basement. What's the basement at the bottom? Esau's the base. He's the lowest of the low.
You're gonna sit down in the dust.
Yeah.
In the song of the three holy children, there's a verse that says, like, the Lord delivered us into the hands of the most wicked, forsakers of God, and something like that, unto a most wicked man. That's what the Lord did. He put us in their hands, man. He gave us over to the most wicked nation on the earth.
Yeah. This is the worst captivity that the nation of Israel has ever been under. We always talk about the previous captivities. At least we knew who we were. We were Hellenized in the Greek time and the Romans times, but we still had a portion of Israel that still knew who we were. We knew the name of the Most High. You still kept some of our customs, our high holy days. This captivity, we would strip everything. We didn't have nothing. We didn't have the name. We had the scriptures. We had, like the brother said, the slave Bible. We had parts of the scriptures, but we didn't still have the breath. We didn't have the understanding. Yep. Then we got the scriptures, and then we still didn't understand these breakdowns. You know, we didn't even have.
Messiah had to revive us.
Right.
He had to put the spirit and breath back into us. Because the nations, they was gonna do what? Now suffer you to be put in graves. He's gonna leave you like that. They wasn't gonna say nothing.
Shit, they didn't say nothing when we went into captivity. All the nations stood around,
they were married with each other.
Yeah. Hey, you know how you know they knew that we was going through that over here? Because the transatlantic, they was moving us around. We would just all the way around the world.
Damn, the whole world.
Settled us off as slaves to other regions of the earth. People that didn't even have hand in what was going on.
That's like if you see someone getting jacked up, you know, and you don't say nothing, you just as guilty as the motherfucker jacking them up. You know, you one way or the other, you had your hand in it. Because whether these nations, like you said, they didn't physically put their hands on us, but they all prospered off the slave labor of Jake. They somehow, some way, you know, whether it be the what do we always talk about, like the thing with the cotton.
Yep. It's just free labor.
It's just free labor. But all the things that we produce, the world prospered off of.
The raw material.
Raw material.
You know, if you don't have to pay someone for the laborers, and just
imagine you go to the mechanic on your car, you just gotta buy the part.
You ain't even gotta do that.
Yeah, kind.
You ain't even gotta buy the part. You say, all right, you good.
Nigga, you make the part.
Yeah.
Put it on there and fix it.
So,
or you walk up down the street and say, "Oh, this is my house. Y'all moving in." That's what Esau did. He just, you know, took us. Said, "No, you're gonna work in this field, and we're gonna. Hey, this is your God, you know, and you can't do shit about it." Well, that's part of the curses because the Lord took the might out of our hands. You know, where we couldn't. You know, we did have certain groups of Israelites that rebelled and had uprisings, but we was lifeless. You know, like the brother went into. We didn't have the breath. The Lord had to put that breath, that life back into us. He had to quicken us with His Spirit.
That's when the curses of Deuteronomy really fell on Jake. You know?
Somebody get up Baruch 2. Start like around 28 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I got it.
It says, Baruch chapter 2, verse 28. It says, "As thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write thy law before the children of Israel, saying, If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned."
And that's a spirit though. That's a spirit. If you can't read aloud over it, and then we'll close out with that.
It says, God, let me read it again, bro.
Ain't nothing but Satan.
It says, verse 29, "If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know."
And the Lord had to restore that memory to us. The nations their job was to keep that away. Going back to Psalms 83, let us cut off the name of Israel, that they be no more in remembrance. Right. So the Lord had to restore that memory back into us, to remember who we were. You know, our heritage, our nationality, our God. Who is He? What is His name? How do we serve Him?
Hey, show the house of Jacob their transgressions, the house of Israel their sins. I was teaching us how to get back in those good graces, like you said.
Go ahead.
How to serve Him.
"They shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and shall know that I am their Lord, the Lord, their power. Salakia. And for I will give them in heart and ears to hear. I got mixed